let's continue looking at our coding guidelines for ICD-10-CM, Chapter 18. In this video, we're going to look at the coding guideline 1C18C, combination codes that include symptoms. This says that ICD-10-CM contains a number of combination codes that identify both the definitive diagnosis and common symptoms of that diagnosis. When using one of these combination codes, an additional code should not be assigned for the symptom. Let's look at a clinical example. We have an 88-year-old female found unresponsive in her home by her granddaughter who called 911. She was admitted to the hospital, and after study, the patient was diagnosed with coma due to acute hepatic encephalopathy. All right, so in order to code this, we want to capture both the acute hepatic encephalopathy and we also want to include the coma. So we're going to start with the path encephalopathy. And hepatic will be our subterm. So our path encephalopathy hepatic tells us to see failure hepatic. And as you know, the C instruction is a mandatory instruction. So we go back to the main term failure and the subterm hepatic. Now here, we need to say that the individual has acute hepatic encephalopathy, and there's also a coma. So we're going to go to acute with coma, and we come up with K7201. So when we go to the tabular, we see the code here, acute and subacute hepatic failure with coma. So that looks like the code that we want, and we see that the sign symptom coma is included in this combination code. We're going to go up to the top here and see if there's any other instructional notes that we need. It does say it includes hepatic encephalopathy, so that is good. And that's about it. So because this combination code includes the fact that she has a coma, we don't need to add an additional code from Chapter 18. And in fact, if we had started with that and we tried to do that, we went to coma and we didn't see anything about, due to acute hepatic encephalopathy, and let's say we just took the default code, at R4020, we have this symptom code, but as you look at the top here, you see for R40 that there's an excludes 1. And the excludes 1 says somnolence, stupor, and coma in hepatic failure. So that's why we know we can't code R40 along with a K72 code. So again, in this case, because it's a combination code that includes the symptom, we only need the K72.01.